The geopolitical climate in the Middle East has reached a critical tipping point, prompting the Indian Ministry of External Affairs to issue a stern travel advisory. As tensions between major regional powers intensify, the safety of Indian nationals abroad has become the government's top priority. This situation follows a series of military escalations and retaliatory threats that have destabilized the region. For informed citizens and students, understanding these diplomatic shifts is essential. Today, we break down the specifics of the MEA's advisory, the underlying causes of the conflict, and what this means for the thousands of Indians currently living and working within Iran's borders. The Ministry of External Affairs has been explicit in its instructions. Indian citizens are strongly advised to avoid all non-essential travel to Iran until further notice. For those currently residing in the country, the MEA urges them to remain in constant contact with the Indian Embassy in Tehran. This isn't just a suggestion, it is a calculated move to ensure that every citizen is accounted for should the situation deteriorate further. The advisory emphasizes maintaining a low profile and avoiding areas where large gatherings or protests might occur, as the security environment remains highly unpredictable. What led to this sudden advisory? The primary driver is the worsening friction between Iran and Israel. Recent events, including high-profile assassinations and retaliatory drone and missile strikes, have pushed both nations toward a potential direct confrontation. This escalation has moved beyond proxy conflicts into a dangerous phase of direct engagement. India, maintaining its stance of strategic autonomy, is closely watching these developments. The advisory reflects the government's assessment that the risk of sudden aerial strikes or border closures has increased by over 40% in recent weeks, making the region unsafe for civilians. The ripples of this advisory are felt most immediately in the aviation sector. Major carriers, including Air India, have taken proactive steps to ensure passenger safety. Flight AI-139, along with other routes to Tel Aviv and Tehran, has seen temporary suspensions or rerouting. Airspace restrictions over Iran have forced airlines to utilize longer, more expensive flight paths to Europe and the Americas. This logistical nightmare isn't just about delays. It's a security measure to avoid flying over potential combat zones. Passengers are encouraged to check their flight status regularly as the situation evolves hour by hour. Currently, it is estimated that between 4,000 and 10,000 Indian nationals reside in Iran. This population includes a significant number of students pursuing higher education and professionals in the trade sector. The MEA has activated 24/7 helplines to assist these individuals. The embassy in Tehran is working overtime to register every Indian citizen, ensuring a streamlined evacuation process if it becomes necessary. The fear among students is palpable, but the government's proactive communication aims to provide a sense of security and a clear roadmap for their safety during these uncertain times. India is not alone in its caution. Several other nations, including the United States, the United Kingdom, and various EU members, have issued similar or even more stringent evacuation orders for their citizens in Iran. This global consensus highlights the gravity of the threat. Diplomatic channels are buzzing as world leaders attempt to de-escalate the situation, but the preparation for the worst-case scenario continues. At least 12 major countries have now updated their travel maps to do not travel zones, reflecting a synchronized international effort to minimize civilian casualties in the event of an all-out regional war. Beyond the immediate safety concerns, the advisory signals potential economic shifts. Iran is a key player in the global energy market, and any conflict there sends shockwaves through oil prices. We have already seen crude oil prices hovering near $90 per barrel due to the instability. Furthermore, the International North-South Transport Corridor, INSTC, a vital trade route for India, passes through Iran. Disruptions here could impact India's trade efficiency and increase the cost of goods. The government is not just monitoring lives, but also the strategic economic interests that link New Delhi to Tehran and the wider Eurasian region. As the situation evolves, the Indian government continues to provide real-time updates through official channels. Citizens are urged to rely only on verified information from the MEA website and official social media handles to avoid misinformation. The registration of Indians abroad remains a critical step for organized assistance. While the hope for a peaceful resolution remains, the advisory serves as a reminder of the volatile nature of global politics. For now, the message is clear. Stay alert, stay registered, and prioritize safety above all else as we navigate this complex geopolitical landscape together.